got Islamic response.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, firstly, I would like to, congratulate the entire Dawah Wise team for, such successful streams, and especially Brother Imtiaz. I think he was probably the best at refuting all these, Ahmadi claims. Just a couple of points I wanted to highlight. One was that, one thing which isn't highlighted is Ahmadiyya has never been a mainstream religion, right? I think this point hasn't been highlighted. If Allah was to send a message to entire community, the entire world, then that message has to be mainstream. अल्लाह ने एक पैगाम पहुंचाना था तो वो पूरी दुनिया में फैलाना था. अहमदिया तो पूरा फैला ही नहीं दुनिया में, तो so it never became mainstream. तो हमारा जो असल इस्लाम है हमेशा mainstream रहा है. और दूसरा पॉइंट यही कि as Brother Imtiaz mentioned, that they never keep things simple and short. They always get into these unnecessary details. Whenever a group turns into unnecessary details, it means they're hiding something. They're trying to hide something. I mean, I recall, Brother Imtiaz was making that prophecy of, Muhammadi Begum, so clearly quoting it. And, Brother Razi was like, let's discuss Asul. Let's discuss Asul. And I think Asul is used to make details more clear. And they are using Asul to make things more confusing. I think that is very contradictory. It's similar to Christians, right?
They hide behind ambiguity. And this is
and similar to Christians. Yeah, Brother Hashim, similar to Christians. I mean, when you ask them about Trinity, it gets so confusing. They get into so much unnecessary details that they end up creating hundreds of heresies, right?
Yeah, because when you invent a lie, in order to make sure that that lie stays relevant, you have to invent more lies to cover it up.
Yeah.
At the end, it becomes like a cobweb, like a web of the spider, where they tangle themselves in. And this is, you see this throughout anything that is batil, anything that is falsehood. This is the key thing that you'll notice, that they have to keep inventing lies to cover up the lies that they made earlier.
Yeah, and
but I think your point about the mainstream is quite important, actually.
And
they will remain a fringe group and they'll stay there.
Yeah, mainstream Islam is very simple. La Nabiyya Ba'di. This narrative has continued. Last point, and I will not take a lot of time. Last point I want to mention is that we should still show compassion towards them. We should still show compassion towards them. As Allah told to Rasul, don't shun them away. I think we should try to make them feel that our version of Islam, the true Islam, is so attractive that they turn back towards the true Islam, right? So compassion, we should still bring it here, because the Western powers, they use these fringe groups, they use these minority groups, they fund them, they even sometimes weaponize them, and they turn them toward against us, against the mainstream. And I think if you remember Iraq war and Afghanistan war, they have they use these groups against us. So we should deal with them with compassion, integrate them with the entire society, and administratively deal with them in a nice way. Yeah, and with that I think Assalamu alaikum.
Where are you calling from, brother?
I'm from Pakistan, Lahore, Pakistan.
Okay, no problem. Take care, inshallah.
Walaikum salam.
Right, we just got a couple of more people now. You're tired. Okay, Mohsin, you want to keep your camera on? It's up to you. You're next. Okay, I guess so.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Another, I would say, Mujahid's great job done. Another one in the bag, and I'll just get to the point. The thing is, 2 points. Just the first one I would like to discuss. I'll just take a minute. The thing is that see, Islam is our overall the tasir, the nature or theme of Islam is clarity, so that you cannot, so that the day of judgment you cannot deny Allah. The hujjah has to be maintained, and the hujjah can be maintained, has to be maintained for the philosopher also, and also for the common man. So clarity is the tasir of Islam, theme of Islam. So this waffling with the Qadianis that discuss Isa, and then they can go in the nitty gritties of the Arabic, of the Quran, and etc. So, Brother Imtiaz, on the previous team, he came with a very good idea that just, because Razi and all these people, they claim that, Sahaba were with us, they have our beliefs. The Mufassirun have our beliefs. Imam Bukhari is our XYZ. Go and keep on. Even Ibn Taymiyyah, a person like Ibn Taymiyyah, who is a bit, he's a bit more strict, is also on their side. So just catch any Ahmadi, and we can just ask them that please tell us which Sahaba believed in the death of Isa, and that Isa will be brought back in another human being, and that human being itself will also be the second coming of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and that Isa died in India. All these aqidas in the early 200 years of Islam bring conclusive evidence. Okay, that this was, if this is the belief they hold now, then definitely the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also preached this belief. It's simple as that.
Mohsin bhai, just to second your point, as you know that Mirza Sahib initially appeared as a mujaddid, as a reviver for the 14th century. Now, brother, listen, this point is very important point here. It means that he is accepting they have been mujaddidun before him as well, right? For the first 13th century. Guess what? They cannot point out a single mujaddid from the 13th century who agrees with them.
Yeah. Like Mujaddid cannot agree.
According to their understanding, the whole point Allah is basically sending these mujaddidun so they can revive the religion. So for the past 30 centuries, what job they did?
Yes, exactly. So like they can't find a mujaddid, let alone they can find a sahabi.
Exactly.
So, and last point, I think so. There is this one, like we keep on back, going on them. I think so. We should also accept the fact that there are some mistakes from our sides also. And the thing is, our side mistake is that the Sunni Muslim, it's about high time that they should stop. The common Sunni Muslim, that should stop complaining about our leaders and XYZ. And we, as the common man, through such figures as you, the Dawah people who are, representing us, and all, we should like congregate in whatever way, like we can discuss the nitty gritties, but congregate towards a point where, the thing is, they use our disunity as a reason to justify their existence. That look at these people, they just disjointed. They are, they don't represent Islam, XYZ. They go on that tangent. And they use that as a legitimacy more often. Even the Shias use it, the Ismailis can use it. That look at the majority Sunni Muslim. So it's high time that we also, all of us associate ourselves with the renaissance of Islam, which has been in the process of 200, 150 years. It's slowly going towards, because, go say 30, 40 years back, how our interactions with the Christians were. Now, no Christian dare would want to debate us, because we are so competent in their material. So this renaissance is going. So I would associate every good-hearted Sunni Muslim to associate themselves with this renaissance, because Allah's Deen is going to come. Is going to you will zero kulli, that is going to take over. Now it's your good fortune that you associate yourself with this or not. So one way or the other, it has to happen. It's good that we, in this flow of this river, we also participate.
Mohsin bhai, just inshallah, one comment on this point, because yes, they do raise this point quite often. Muslims are divided, 72 sects, blah blah blah. Let me just mention two things, very very important. Two things just to respond to this point. First of all, there is disunity amongst their own people as well. We know that the Lahori Jamaat and then the Qadiani Jamaat. Number one. Okay. Number two is that people should think about this. Our disunity, okay, us being not uniting, it will not make Mirza Sahib a truthful person. People should think about it. There is no connection between these two. Once again, it is another false narrative, another cloud which has been produced around the truth. Now, obviously, as you said, Mohsin bhai, definitely Muslims, they have to be united. Okay, There is no doubt about that. We must be united upon the truth. Nobody can deny this. But all I'm trying to highlight is that they are creating a false narrative by
Yes.
doing all of these things, and there's no truth in that.
Yes. One final thing to Bashir bhai, that one conversation you had on Noonan with Murabbi ji. I sometimes like when you released it, I watched it twice or thrice. It was pretty funny, and I think you should have him more often, on your streams. You with him make good content.
Inshallah, brother, inshallah.
All right. Thank you, brothers. Thank you. Take care.
Mohsin bhai, jazakallah khair for coming.